Got down in Preston with me. I've got Johnney Roye. How are you doing, Johnny?
I'm fine, thank you. And you? You good?
Not bad. It's been a long day, but it's been very enjoyable.
Brilliant.
So, let's start off with your show you've got coming up next week. What have we got lined up for the bill?
Well, top of the bill, main event is Liam Conroy fighting for the WBC youth title. Then we've got Michael Ramblitzer defending his British Challenge belt. We've got Ashley Payton fighting for a British Challenge belt himself. And we've got Jimmy Kelly on the bill, just on the back of his world title challenge with Liam against Liam Smith. Then there's Jordan Thompson and a few others lads, some good prospects. There's one that I'm very excited to see, a kid called Brandon Dior from Liverpool, Everton Red Triangle, managed by Courtney Fry, very good boxer. I've never actually seen him fight, I'm just going off what people have told me, but these are very knowledgeable people.
Excellent. And the main event, Liam Conroy, is he ready for this challenge?
Oh yeah, he'll fight anybody. He's a little warrior. He lives all the way in Barrow. An hour and a half it takes him to get here. An hour and a half, about 3 hour round trip. I have to kick him out the gym. He never misses a day.
That's dedication.
Oh, brilliant. He's come from a fantastic amateur club who already instill them kind of ethics into their lads. So when he comes here, he's already mentally tuned for the job. So it makes my job a lot easier.
Ramblitzer, another successful defence. What have we got lined up for him after that?
He then becomes eligible to fight for British titles. He's been over here now over 4 years now, so he has a what do they call it, a stay of leave or something like that. He can now start fighting for British titles. So let's build him up, central area, English, British, and we'll just go down that road.
Excellent. How have you enjoyed the link up with MGM? How's it been for you personally as a manager, now a promoter obviously? A trainer, now a promoter.
It's been absolutely fantastic. People have got varying opinions of MGM, but for us as boxers, as trainers, they're like angels. A year ago today, we were having our shows in nightclubs in Preston, and we wasn't even filling them, around 300-400 people fighting for no titles whatsoever. Now a year on, we're having world titles in our show, 1,400 seater stadiums, all seater stadiums. This is the second show we've had. So it's not that they've just been pumping in resources, it's the list of sister gyms that we can call on if we need opponents to fill up our bills. They're not just sending us journeymen, they're sending us prospects, ticket sellers. So that's why we can move from 400 capacity to now we're at 1,400. They're actually helping us with regards to contacts, boxers, ticket sellers. The list goes on. They're absolutely angels.
It's a brand that just keeps growing and growing and growing. This time next year, it's quite scary to think where it will actually be.
Yeah, it's the kind of like birth child of some very intelligent people. So they had a game plan when they started. I initially sat down and spoke to them 3-4 years ago when it was just an idea, and I did not conceive in my mind how they can make that work, bearing in mind there's a lot of influential people already in the game who haven't done that. Proof's in the pudding. A couple of years down the road, they've got as a stable so many world champions, so many quality fighters, and they're just building. We barely touched the surface as what they can do. Yep. Unbelievable.
I got the opportunity to speak to you last week.
Okay.
And we were just talking about the connection you've sort of got with Africa and the fighters that you've brought over from there. Yeah. You want to just discuss that after we'd spoken about it and I went and wrote a report on it, but it would just be good to get on tape how it actually did come around.
Well, there's been a few reasons as to why I've got good contacts in Africa. These contacts, they first started with one of my boxers, Matty Clarkson, fighting Tispang Mahale in Africa on the undercard of Matthew Hatton fighting Chris Van Heerden for the world title. We got the opportunity to go out there and train. So they seen us train, they liked what we was doing. They made various contacts there and then. They seen us fight. We won the fight by 8th round knockout against a lad that we should not have beat. So we've made a lot of contacts there. They kept in touch. I have Michael Ramblitzer, who you just witnessed sparring. He's South African, so either through him or getting in touch with me direct, they just built up that. However, I would not be able to move forward in bringing any of them over unless I had MGM behind me. They've helped with sorting out sponsorship. They've helped on the paperwork side, which admittedly I'm not the best at. Contacts wise, being able to just pick up the phone and phone somebody and get impartial kind of like
advice.
Yeah, partial advice. It's just unbelievable. So far I've had Malcolm Clarkson, Tisfai Munyai, Ilunga Makabu, his brother. The list goes on, and none of these are all absolutely made up because there's a chance that they can't get because of the way that boxing is in South Africa. It's very limited, and not a lot of promoters are interested in taking on anybody else because they can't service them, they can't put on the shows. So these boys are now able to come over here. I can get the paperwork sorted out. MGM will help, and with regards to sponsorship, and these lads are living over here now and living their dream. And that's what it's all about. As soon as I started speaking to MGM initially, they always said they wanted a team of boxers and boxing-minded people to organise a group that is for boxers. And they've stayed exactly true to their word up to this day. They're not interested in taking unnecessary money off boxers. They're looking to help and give towards boxers. As a trainer, as a teacher, as a student of the game, there's nobody like this in this game that I've ever met before, and I've been in this game since the age of 6.
It really is quite a fantastic story.
Something else.
Just touching upon that, when you get contact from fighters that would like to come over, do you do a bit of homework on them first, or do you just invite them over and see what they're like in the gym?
No, we do as much homework as we can. So more often than not, we're only taking ones who are, in our opinion, at world level, deserve a chance, and they're not getting a chance for whatever reason. I don't know the politics of South Africa, that's their business. However, if these lads are not being used and they've got the right attitude, they fit in with the team, and they've got the right boxing credentials, then we'll give them a try.
Just touching on Makabu there, how disappointing was it, the fight last week? 2 weeks ago, sorry.
Well, I'll be honest, I knew beforehand that I'm going to have split emotions on this fight. Tony Bellew, whatever anybody else says about him, that's their interpretation of him. I've seen him around his family, I've seen him around his kids, I've seen him off camera, on camera. He's a nice lad. Junior is a nice lad who has invested his time and everything with myself. So whoever won, I knew there was going to be a part of me that's really happy and a part of me that's going to be sad. They're both bangers. You see what happened in the first round with Makabu's power, and you see what happened in the third round with Bellew's power. I'm not absolutely surprised by this. This is just one of them things. Either one, catch the other one, and it's going to be a hard way for them to fight this through because they both hit that hard.
Yeah. So, busy few weeks planned. We've got yourself, 18th of June. We've got Glasgow, 25th of June. We've got Birmingham starting on 9th of July. Busy times ahead.
Busy times ahead, but we're happy that we're busy because there's a lot of unfortunate gyms that are not busy, and we're so grateful for the help from yourselves, from Sam, from the rest of the MGM team. It's not like a group, it's like a boxing family, and that's exactly what we want it to be. It's very important that everybody respects and gets along and understands the other person's opinions, because we're all in this for the same reasons. Nobody's in this for any other reason other than to see what we can give to kids. It's not about ourselves. Our time's over, our time's done. I'll probably never fight again.
Never say never.
Well, let's see what this interview's like. You might edit it in a bad way, and I might have to go back retirement.
It's a long way to Glasgow. Johnny, we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, mate.